Alright, we're here with the competitive threes once again, trying to get towards GC, and it's going to happen. And I mean, if you watched the last few videos, you know I said exactly what it is that needs to change and what I need to do to get to GC and threes, because I keep getting like a game off. I've literally like technically kind of like been GC, but then I you know what I mean, like I didn't like win the game to like, I mean, like, I'm not technically GC, but I was the MMR of GC players. I was like 14-20 or something. I just didn't win the extra match to like give me the GC, you know what I mean? But I was watching a lot of my videos, and I said it in the time that I realized exactly what it is. It's a mindset thing, you know what I mean? Dude, I can't believe I flipped like that. Dude, that one's completely on me. I gotta save that. Like, I genuinely don't know how I flipped like that. I just moved my stick weird. Oh, he also got a ghost touch. That was just a very weird play. But I knew that was kind of weird, but my thing flipped super weird. But, like, it's definitely a mindset thing in the sense of, like, if you're, like, constantly, like, how I am, like, constantly playing, and, like, GC and 3s and GC2 is, like, when it starts, you know what I mean? Like, when kind of, like, people get way better, and like you have to deal with stuff that like you don't normally have to deal with, kind of like that right there, where it's just like I'm playing with it. This is the same thing that happens all the time. I'm playing with a duo. Fake, I don't think it's fake as noodles, but one of them is trying to probably smurf for their friend and trying to help him, and it's just, and that's what I'm basically trying to say, is it's the mindset of being able to learn how to deal with basically worse players, you know what I mean? And how to understand that you're not going to win every match. You're going to get matches where you're playing with like literally worse people, and you're gonna have so many matches that there's literally nothing that you can do. You know what I mean? And it's like, so you know what I mean? You kind of just have to learn how to basically deal with that and understand that, like, because then another thing that I need to do more is like play back, like basically kind of there where it's like I get a decent save, and then I let my teammates have the ball and let them continue to do their thing, you know what I mean? While I sit back and basically play defense, because most people don't know how to actually play defense, you know what I mean? And so, like, that's what I'm trying to say, is there's definitely a lot of things I could do. I wanted to try to get a bump there, but I don't know exactly, like, everything I need to do. But I definitely know it's definitely a mindset thing, because I was watching my videos, and I was like, the days that I'm just doing better, I basically don't trust my teammates. And I kind of said, like, right there, I kind of just sit back, but I don't talk shit about them. You know what I mean? I don't trust them, but I also, you know what I mean? And basically it's what I was saying before, is like, I can, like, basically understand the fact that I know that I'm not GC yet in 3s, you know what I mean? And because I've said that before, that's a very hard thing for me to, like, truly get past, is the fact that we are almost GC in 3s, and like genuinely, like, there's a lot of people who just aren't that good, which doesn't make sense for almost being GC, you know what I mean? Because like it literally doesn't make sense. That was a terrible pass, bro. Like, I don't understand why he touched it there. Like, literally no reason for him to hit it. I don't, like, you know what I mean? But that's something I just gotta accept. Literally, this match is exactly what I'm trying to talk about, dude. Where it's just like, there's nothing I can do, you know what I mean? The only thing I could have done was get that save that I missed, which, like I said, that was super wonky and weird, but we'd still be down by 1-2. And like I said, I think that's what it really is, though, is like, I put myself in this mindset of, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, we're almost GC, so these players have to know what they're doing, and the reality is they don't. You know what I mean? But that's just, like I said, something I'm gonna get better with and just have to understand. It's just, I think another thing about it is, like, I said it so many times, like, I only really play, like, competitive, well, no, I play competitive in my free time, but, like, I'm not always playing competitive. Like, I'll literally not play competitive for, like, 30 days, or I'll switch a game modes up. And I really think that's what it is I need to just, like I said, basically understand there's going to be a lot of matches I can't win, and I can't play 2 matches a day and expect to get to GC. I need to literally probably play like 15 matches in one day and try to just go 9-6, you know what I mean? Just try to basically win 1 or 2 more matches than I lose all the time. That's literally basically the strategy, because like I said, like and this is also another thing, like the higher up you get, bro, it gets worse. Like you're going to have more matches where you're going against better people, obviously, because you've gone up in rank, but you're going against people and you're playing with like people who don't belong. You know what I mean? Dude, that's one of my biggest things though. With that's just the problem with Psyonix. They need to learn how to their competitive system and competitive like queuing and everything has literally never changed. So I mean, a gaming company that's been around for 10 plus years, that, you know what I mean, is their whole basis is about competitive. I feel like you would learn to change your competitive system just a little bit. Cause that's the issue, is like for example, I'm not trying to be this way, but this match right here, I queued 3s, and we're playing a 2v, not even a 2v3, it's really a 2v2 against these guys. So like literally what I should have done is I should have just basically played a whole different game mode, dude. And that is so annoying, bro. That's my biggest issue with this game, is like genuinely, if you want to stick to yourself and stick to, like, look at what I'm playing, 1,000 MMR, and he is literally 300 MMR below me, and I'm playing with him. That just doesn't make sense, dude. So I queued 3s to literally play 2s. That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude, and that pisses me off so much more every day and day. And Muddy decides, dude, do you see what I mean? I go for a kickoff. Why? Dude, there's nothing I can... Nimdog literally stopped driving. He gave up before the dude even shot. So what am I supposed... Like, that's... Oh my god, like, I'm literally sitting here the whole time saying it's my fault and I gotta change my mindset. But and then that's what I'm really trying to say, is I don't think I can change my mindset. Like I said, I think the biggest thing that I have to do is, like I said, learn that I can't go based off 2 matches. Psyonix will give me 2 of the dumbest matches of all time in a row, so I'm gonna have to play 4, you know what I mean? Like, I said it before, like, I shouldn't have to literally be God himself to win every match. Shouldn't miss that boost. But, like, I can't, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to literally, like, suck the developers off just to win, dude. Like, I'm playing a 3v3, you know what I mean? It's a team game, bro. And that's what's so annoying, is like, wait, you know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to, like, well, like I said, it's not what am I supposed to do, it's just like, and I think, I've said it before, is like, it comes down to a basis sometimes that it really feels like when I random queue, and because that's what it really is, but it really feels like when I random queue, like, the fun of Rocket League goes away, you know what I mean? Like, you basically, like I said, like, I don't know why, like, and this is the issue, though. Like I said, I know there's something I can do. I know what I have to do, and the problem is like, for example, this match. Like, I should do exactly what I said to do last match, which is basically let my teammates ball chase because they all think that they're that guy. You know what I mean? And basically let my teammates ball chase and just do simple stuff like that. Get an easy shot, immediately get back. There's no chance of us getting scored on, and now since I'm in net, I trust my defense way more. And like I said, like, I do make mistakes on defense. I make mistakes all the time. Everybody makes mistakes. That's fucking life, you know what I mean? But, like, there's some people that their whole play style is based around mistakes. I don't know, man. It's like, it's so hard to, like, for example, that first match. And, like, obviously, but I'm not even trying to be this way. Like, yes, my teammate's carrying me. But I literally feel like that's because I said, like I basically should just back off because both of them want to be on the ball the whole time. And just, like I said, basically do what I'm doing right now. But it's kind of hard to, like I said, like, I sit there and I actively think, like, oh, like, you should get a good shot. Okay, well, you should have been faster, but I'm not too mad at that. But, like, it's kind of hard to, like I said, like, I literally sat here and I'm saying the entire time, it's my issue. I gotta figure out my little mental issue with Rocket League. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know that. But with that being said, you know what I mean? Like, how much of it is me? That was a pretty bad touch by me. I kind of passed him the ball. And, well, no, and I think that's what it really is I really come to learn that, like, and this is what I was trying to get to. Dude, I'm, like, almost GC2 and 2s. The people that are GC3 and 2 GC2s aren't even much better than me. They just have like 700 games played this season already, and I have like my most played game mode this season is because I've been trying to get 3s or GC and 3s is 3s obviously, but I only have like maybe 120 competitive games played, and that's what I'm trying to say is like you literally basically just got to accept that Psyonix basically gives you like he should have went for that. He would have had such a good touch. But Psyonix basically gives you like 50 matches. You know what I mean? Like you're not my fault, Muddy. But you're not necessarily going to win or you're not necessarily going to lose. Or sorry, that sounded absolutely stupid. You're not necessarily going to win every match or lose every match. It should be very even in the sense of like you might lose this one and then you might win this one, and you might lose this one, you might win this one. Well, I low-key thought bro would have had a better touch at it. Pass to him. Get a good shot. And I mean, like, for example, the way this the way it started was terrible, but it's turned into a way better match, and it's like, do you see what I mean, though? Like, all it takes is a team effort to win the game. And so imagine if we would have had something like that. Like, do you see what's going on this match versus the last match? And it's like, so basically what I said, like, I have to understand that when it comes to random queuing, I should let my teammates do that stuff and focus more on defense because people don't know how to play defense in this game. And then on top of that, like, so on top of me not really getting the fun syndrome of Rocket League with playing it, you know what I mean? Like, I also, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't get to have as much fun with Rocket League. And then I also, like, kind of just trying to say, like, you got to kind of understand that, like, or at least not you, because you might already understand this, but me, got to kind of understand that that last match is just part of the game, you know what I mean? Kind of a bad save by me, not going to lie, but Muddy shouldn't be jumping with me. Kind of another bad save by me, I shouldn't have touched it there. But you know what I mean? And it's like, how am I supposed to just sit here and act like that first match is my fault even remotely? I mean, like I said, it was. I missed an easy save. I made plenty of mistakes, but I've made so many mistakes this game. And we're winning, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I think that's what it really is. Like I said, like, I've come to, like, really understand that, like, genuinely being a higher rank, that's why so many, like, actual pros or, like, people who were SSL, they never try to get SSL again. Like, they will just sit there and they, like, that's why GC2, I said, is exactly where it starts. Because you'll have somebody who is a literal pro who will be an RLCS or who's a semi-pro, but they don't care about ranked, so they're GC2. And that's what I'm trying to say is, like, the people who are like normally higher rank, they just play competitive all day. And I think that's kind of says that, like, and that's what I want to do. I want to try to get to GC, so I'm definitely going to do that in these next few days. But basically what I got to start doing, because, like, for example, we're going against a Smurf right there who's trying to carry 2 trash people to boost their rank. Like, boosting is the worst thing in this game too, but, like, you know what I mean? I basically, like I said, I just got to understand that this is Rocket League. Literally, like, it's how Rocket League is going to work. I'm going to get a match like that match where, in reality, like I said, like, I do think me rotating differently is why we went down from 2-0, or not 2-0, but from down 1-0 to, like, coming back and scoring. But it, like, obviously wasn't me. I wasn't the reason we won that match, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to say is, like, basically understanding that there's going to be matches where it's my fault we lost. There's going to be matches where it's not my fault we lost. There's going to be matches where I'm the reason we won. There's going to be matches where my teammates are the reason we won. You know what I mean? So it's just, like, basically coming to the understanding of, but coming to the understanding of that, like I said, like, I'm not God. I'm not going to be able to, you know, make these because then that's another thing. I'll talk about that more in future videos. When you get past, like, Champ 2 and 3s and GC and 2s, and, well, that's really all that matters, because once you get past Diamond 3 and all the extra modes, it's the same thing. Everybody thinks that they know the game, so it's kind of hard to play around that, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm basically trying to say is, like, just got to understand that, like I said, it's how the game works. Like, I can't avoid the trash people, and what makes me a better player is being able to play with the trash people. Because somebody like you might be champ 2 right now in 2s, playing with people in 2s that are kind of trashy and can't win a single match, but you put me in that match and I can win that match. And I got to understand that, yeah, I might be super high rank. I might be what everybody who plays the game wants to be. Well, not everybody, but what most people want to be. But there's still people higher than me and better than me. And so I just got to keep trying to get better, keep working on getting better every day. And I don't know, man. I really started to enjoy this game more, and I guess I'm just going to try to figure it out.